Hi guys, my name is Sentinel from the 2005 Transformer boards, and I've been putting pictures of my collection up on the boards for a few years now, and I recently added these 3 display cases, and I've had quite a few people ask me to show more pictures and possibly a video, so I happen to have a brand new camcorder and I figured I might as well use it. Anyway, these are the 3 new cases that I just recently bought. I got them from a local company, so I was able to get them with no shipping charges, even though they're still kind of expensive, but I think well worth it. Over here I have the 2 cases that I had before. These are from a different company that unfortunately did go out of business. But this one right here has all my G1 collection in it, as well as a few alternators and alternity figures. We start over here. I have a complete G1 collection from 1984 to 1986, and I've got all the 84 bots on their own shelf. Then I've got the 1985 bots split up on a couple of different shelves. All the collection all the figures that I have are in pretty good condition. If I ever had some that I didn't think were in good condition, I tried to switch them out for better ones over the years whenever possible. Here's 1986, and the other shelf with the rest of 1986. Then we go down and I've got some 1987 and beyond. I don't really care for most of these, although I do like the Headmasters figures quite a bit. I didn't tend to collect a whole lot of those. Here are a few more 1987, 86, and 87. And over here I've got my City Bots, Metroplex, a very good condition, Fortress Maximus, Triptychon, and Scorponok. And then I also have my collection of World's Smallest Transformers, which is the complete collection of all the official Takara ones, plus quite a few of the knockoff ones from eBay, which are just the figures you couldn't get from Takara. Then down here I've got G2. I don't have very many of those. I've just kind of got a collection that I pick and choose a little bit of the ones that I like. Devastator, and I like the Megatron quite a bit. The Bomber Megatron, the tank one's pretty cool too. Just to fill in the space for right now anyway, I've got my Alternity collection and my Hybrid series. There's a couple of those guys down here. And a few alternators over on this side, plus Faith Leader, which is not a bad figure, but you know, not the greatest. It's not too bad though. After that, then we'll go in order. Over here I do have my Beast Wars collection. These are also split up by year. So these are, I think, 1996. The whole line of those. This is actually where I started my collection officially. I had some toys when I was a kid, but I found some Beast Wars figures, specifically this young lady right here. I got Air Razor when I was 18 years old on my birthday by going to Toys R Us while I was waiting for a table at Olive Garden. Saw that they had brand new Transformers and decided to buy one just to see what they were like. And of course, once you buy one, then you have to buy more. So I got Prime and Megatron next, because you have to have Prime and Megatron. And then found a few more. I think it was the Combiners next, Tripredacus and Magnaboss, and a few others. So anyway, here's 1987 or 97, 98. I think I skipped one. And maybe 98 or 99, I honestly can't remember. Beast Machines, I've got the full line of those. I actually made a point to get all those guys. They're not all on display. I have a few of them, like the Beast Riders, or didn't quite make the case, but they're in storage. But I do like the Beast Machines figures quite a bit. Not all of them are great, but some of them are pretty good. Just to round out this case, I do have almost a complete collection of the Star Wars Transformers, and this is the best place to put them, so I decided to fill in this case and put them up here as well. I like all the vehicle modes and don't really like any of the robot modes, but just to give it some variety, I do have some displayed in both modes. A little bit closer of all the Beast Wars shelves. Most of the Beast Wars I was able to buy in the store. There were a few of them that I ended up buying on eBay a little bit later. But I do have all of the Beast Wars figures, aside from like the BotCon figures and stuff like that, which I don't really collect. I do have a pink Optimus Maximal or Optimus Primal that I got through a lot. I'd never even known that they had a pink version, but apparently some of the dye was a little bit off on a run and I ended up with a pink one. Over here, this is my Unicron trilogy. As you can see, I have a shelf devoted entirely to Unicron and Primus. I think they look pretty cool, and they're some of my favorite figures too. So I've got a whole bunch of the Unicrons, all of them. I've got both different types of Primus, and the shell or the Throne of Chaos for Unicron, which works much better than the one from Unicron.com, which was kind of flimsy. But this one, I highly recommend it. If you have a Unicron, you need to get it. See, then I got on the bottom Armada. I have a whole bunch of Minicons, not too many of the bigger guys. I didn't really like this line very much. I have a Bendy Prime and Optimus Prime and Megatron, obviously. Tidal Wave and a few others, but I have a whole bunch of Minicons, as you can see. Then, Energon. I also didn't particularly care for these guys. I do have both Omega Supreme and Omega Sentinel, plus the Black Unicron. A few of the little guys, all the combiners and stuff. I thought the combiners were kind of neat. I actually just got my Omega Supreme yesterday to fill in that space more than anything else. He was kind of big open space right there, and he fits in pretty well, so I bought him on eBay for a decent price. Quite a bit more than what I would have paid had I bought it in the store back in the day, but I didn't really like the deco, so it goes to show, buy it when you have it cheap, then you don't have to worry about it. Obviously here I've got again Primus and Armada Unicron. This is the Movie Deco Amazon Unicron. This is the Takara Unicron, which is my personal favorite. And this is a mishmash of Primus from the Hasbro version and the anniversary version, the 2010 version. I didn't like some of the colors, so I had a spare Primus, and I took him apart and took apart this one and added all the pieces until I got a Cybertron that I liked, which is what you see here. I did like Cybertron quite a bit, so I have a whole bunch of those guys. I don't have all of them, but I have, I think, the majority of them. Looking back on them, they're not quite as cool as I remembered, but they were better than Armada or Energon, so that's why I think I got into them so much. But they're kind of neat. They have some good figures here and there. Over on this shelf, this is my classics / third-party shelf. And animated down here. Let's start with animated. Again, I think I have most of these. I don't have them all, but I have a vast majority of them. And I have most of them on display. I don't think I have any in storage, because I still have plenty of space, but I've got all the mainline figures. I'll occasionally get a Takara figure if I like the deco better, but I don't think I got any of those for these guys. I was fiddling with Shockwave the other day, and so I have both the original deco and the G1 purple deco, and he's a pretty cool figure actually. I kind of like him. And that Optimus Prime right there is kind of neat. Above him, now I've got, this is my crappy shelf of Generation / Classics, whatever you want to call them. I've got War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, Universe figures, my duplicate Classics figures that I replaced with Hinky. I had a bunch of room, so I decided to fill in the shelf. And these are the guys that are not bad, but not terribly great. Up here, same thing. I've got some duplicates, but I do have, obviously, I have 3 sets of Hercules figures. One where he's in combined Gestalt mode, one where he's in alt mode, and one in bot mode. These are obviously bot and alt mode. Yes, Grimlock is wearing a robe. That was a gift from my girlfriend. I teach martial arts, and that's a copy of the uniform top. She gave it to me as a gift and was really pissed that I didn't ever have him on display, so I made him front and center right here so she'd be happy. Gotta please the ladies sometimes. Up here we've got Hinky and a few of the Classics figures. Optimus Prime and all the G1 guys and their fun gloriousness. Here is my repo labeled and Rage set Hercules. He's got pretty much everything to him. The invulnerable Dr. Wu face, the Rage set, repo labels, everything. I think he's pretty neat and pretty imposing figure. These are all my third-party guys. Got Reflector down there. I've got Bruticus. I was able to get him when he first came out, so I didn't pay as much. Nemesis Prime back there. I actually just last week caved and got Hegemon, the Megatron right there. And I got the little cassette guys, Rumble and Frenzy, a little while ago. I think they're pretty neat too. And then up here, this is the rest of my Generations collection. These are the movie guys mostly, Ultra Magnus and Hot Rodimus, or Rodimus Prime. I got both of those guys when they first came out, so I didn't have to pay crazy aftermarket prices. Here's Cup with the iGear head. He's pretty cool. The head makes all the difference. And I did cave and buy Battle Roller. What is this guy's name? I can't remember now. The G2 Prime. It's not bad. Probably shouldn't have spent the money, but you know, we all have a plastic crack addiction. So there you go. This is the Classics / Generations, Reveal the Shield, all that fun stuff all combined. Alright, and here's a view of all 3 of the new cases. They fill in one wall in my basement pretty perfectly. It's actually a lot of fun to have these guys down here. I can just flip the switch and all the lights come on. Again, here's my G1 collection. Takes up almost an entire case of itself. Here is one of my Buster Primes. I had him in just another display case, and I actually just the other day decided that I liked him better down here so I can see them a little bit more. And here is the other one. This guy has extra chrome pieces, including the gun and a few other parts. I had one of the other board members does custom chrome on the side, and he was nice enough to do some pieces for me, and it looks amazing. I got the chest pieces done, I got the gun done, I got the air intakes done. I added a few of the repo labels from the brand new set. You can probably see just a few of them on there, but this is probably my all-time favorite figure, so I kind of like them. And then over here, I have an affinity for the movie figures, so we've got the 2007 movie, all the original figures there. I got all these guys at retail too. And I have 2 shelves of each one of the movies just because I have so many figures. A lot of them I had in storage, but when I got more cases, I had more space. Here are all those guys. Down here is Revenge of the Fallen, which I think is the best toy line. They've got the most intricate, detailed transformations. The freaking badass Optimus Prime, probably the best Optimus Prime in existence in my opinion. Pretty nice Bumblebee right there. And then over here we've got more Revenge of the Fallen and Hunt for the Decepticons. Got a combined Prime, and yet another masterpiece level figure in my opinion, the Hunt for the Decepticons leader, Starscream. It's amazingly accurate. I think he's one of the best figures. And then down here we've got Dark of the Moon figures. I did not like most of this line, but I do have quite a few of them. I've got all the brand new characters like the Wreckers. I caved and bought the convertible Sideswipe because he was basically for free with some of the coupon deals that were available. I have a big, huge, complete Leader Prime collection, so I do have the Jetpack Prime. I can't remember his name right now. Jetwing Prime, I think. This Megatron is probably the best Megatron from the entire movie series, in my opinion. Should have made him a leader figure. Over here we've got Striker Prime, and I can't wait for the new version to come out. Supposedly going to be all chromed and painted. I do have the Black Optimus Prime here as well, and Ironhide is hidden back there. The Black Prime looks really awesome in person with all the chrome and the teal and the red windows and everything. He looks just simply amazing. I really like these guys right here, the clear deluxe figures from Toys R Us. They have paint on them. The clear plastic works really, really well. I think they're pretty neat. I do have Sentinel Prime in the back. I actually bought his Repro Label set and applied those the other day, and they look really nice, especially in alt mode. You can't really tell too much difference in the bot mode, but in the alt mode he looks amazing. Down here, these would be the Human Alliance figures, which I think are probably, aside from Prime, the best ones. Oh, sorry about that. The best ones from the entire series. Barricade. I do have the Japanese Soundwave back there. Bumblebee. And then I'd say probably the second or third best figure from the movie line total would be Jazz. He's just simply amazing. Before I go back up, we've got Robots in Disguise. I do have all these guys as well. I think I have all of them on display. I may have a couple in storage still, but I even have Brave Maximus, the recolor of Fortress Maximus, which I actually like his colors a lot better, especially in alt mode with the lighted windows and everything. All the little spy chasers down on the bottom there, the recolors from the G2 figures. They're kind of neat. Back up here, we got the Legion class guys, plus a few other random ones. I think the highlight of the Dark of the Moon series were the Legion figures. Soundwave, Devastator there was from Revenge of the Fallen. Was pretty neat actually. I think that's the Takara version. Then I have the newest series, which would be Prime. I've got all the current ones that are out except for, I think, Arachnid. I'm still looking for her. In the back there I do have Breakdown. There he is. Pretty neat figure if you can find him. Kind of feels a little cheaper than some of the other ones, but worth it if you want to complete your series. I do have two of the Viacons. I've got one back there in vehicle mode. Let's see right there. And one displayed in bot mode. I have the Jet Viacon on order at BBTS. I'm just waiting to ship my loot. And then I've got all the first edition figures except for Viacon. And I've got both primes, the clear prime in the back there and the first edition prime there, as well as both bulkheads, the Hasbro version, which I was able to get from Robot Kingdom for quite a bit less, and the Takara version, which I thought I was going to have to settle for. I personally like the deco of the Hasbro one quite a bit more. And this is the whole case. Again, these are my movie figures and Prime plus Robots in Disguise because they fit in pretty well right there. I have, just to fill in the space, I've got some comic books on display. Sorry about the glass being in the way here. I do have the Model Prime. That one took a little bit of time to put together. Got both Nerf guns, and I do have the relatively hard to find, expensive Family Mart Prime right here. The clear Prime. He's on that lighted base because he lights up pretty well. One more case to show you. This is my Masterpiece and Vinyltech case. I have all the Masterpieces except for the cartoon anime version of Grimlock. I do have all the Primes, I have all the Hasbro versions, everything that's available right now. What I don't have right now would be the ones that are on pre-order, like Sunstorm and the newest Soundwave and stuff like that. I will have them when they get released though. I have all the alternators and Vinyltech. Let's go Starscream back there. That's the Hasbro Skywarp. I do love that Ravage. I think it looks pretty neat actually. Megatron, the Seekers, the original Prime. And here we've got Grimlock, the Hasbro Prime, Prime with trailer, the MP04, the original Starscream, and a couple other guys. This is probably, I think he was my single most expensive figure. It's the Vinyltech version of Nemesis Prime. It was, I think, limited to 1,000 pieces. And I was able to get a good deal from a guy in Japan. So he's fully made out of die cast, very, very heavy, very durable. I like him quite a bit. And then I also got the SDCC version down here of Nemesis Prime. This is the true Masterpiece Starscream that was released. I think it looks amazing with the paint there. And Ultra Magnus, missing his armor, obviously. And then down here I've got Hasbro Grimlock, the anime Optimus Prime, MP10 Prime, the newest one, Hot Rodimus or Rodimus Prime, the Dark Prime, which I way paid too much for now that he's on sale everywhere, the newest Starscream, and I've got 4 of the iGear figures. I've got Sunstorm, who will be replaced by the original or the official Takara version when he's released, and then all 3 of the Coneheads back here. And then just to round out the collection, my girlfriend has some love for jazz, so I do have a couple of jazz figures back here. I do have all of the cartoon series from Transformers that are available. Cybertron, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Prime, everything. And when I ran out of stuff to buy, I found some more stuff. I have both of the busts. Optimus Prime I ordered when it was available, and then I had to find Bumblebee to balance it out. I got the Matrix here, and more comic books on display. Now, there's all 3 cases. Over on the side there I do have more comic books and frames on the wall. It kind of fills in that wall real nicely and looks good. It's the first 6 from the Marvel series, the original ones. All 3 cases here. And then both of the original cases that I have. These are my favorites because I have split shelves and can kind of arrange it a little bit better. And then my Masterpiece shelf, or case over here. And that's it. This is Sentinel from the 2005 boards, and this was my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.